So today is going to be an update on me ever since I got my seborrheic dermatitis diagnosis, how I'm feeling about it, whether or not I'm going to cut or keep my locks, and yeah, just how it has changed my life. So if this sounds interesting to you, keep watching. Welcome back to the Atreyu Locs channel. Hi, I'm Atreyu, a semi-freeformer who is dedicated to bringing you the best tips to grow a healthy set of locks. If this is your first time, welcome. I'm glad to have you. So if you guys saw last week's video, you know that I was hit with some pretty depressing news. That of course being that I have seborrheic dermatitis. And to be honest, I'm still kind of reeling from it. Now, I know, some people are probably thinking like, dude, you act like it's cancer or something, or, some terminal illness. No, trust me, I know it's not on that level, right, of seriousness and just gravity, but it is a pretty substantial type of condition in that it's chronic, meaning that you can have flare-ups from now on until you die throughout the rest of your life. So in that sense, that chronic nature is the part that kind of has me down. Not to mention that flare-ups can be triggered by so many things. I mean, you can just be stressed and then have a flare-up. And as quiet as it's kept, I'm kind of a warrior. I mean, yes, I'm a warrior too, but I'm kind of a worrier as well. I always have been. Even when I was a little kid, my mom would be like, why do you worry so much? Everything is gonna be okay, like it's in God's hands, it's gonna be okay. Either way, it's gonna be okay. So what are you worrying about? And I'm like, Ma, I know, but it's just part of who I am. It's my nature to worry. I like to have control of things. I like to kind of predict things. I kind of like to look at things from every possible angle, every possible perspective, so that I can prepare myself as best as possible when things happen, when things unfold. It's just the way that I navigate the complexities of life. So, as you can imagine, with this seborrheic dermatitis just coming out of nowhere, like literally it just hit me. It's been pretty jarring for me and has kind of, I don't know, it's just left me feeling some kind of way. Now, the good thing about seborrheic dermatitis is that it is manageable, and there are certain things that can, kind of keep it at bay. And I've been doing tons of research. I was doing tons of research before last week's video, right after I got the diagnosis, and I've been continuing to do more and more research. Thank you to all of you who have been commenting, leaving words of encouragement and support. It really means a lot, and it really helps my spirits. It really helps to kind of lift me up, because your boy's a little bit sad, to be honest. And I'm a normally happy, go lucky, optimistic type of person. You guys know that if you've been rocking with me for a while. So I appreciate all of your comments, as well as all of your advice and your tips. I know many of you have been suggesting Loc Crush to me, and I think, is it Winnie Banzi, the British Loctuber. I'm familiar with both of those ladies, and I actually came across another woman yesterday while I was researching more on seborrheic dermatitis. I forget her name now. I had never come across her before, but that video was very helpful. So I'm learning a lot about this condition and just how to best manage it. Now, I told you guys last week that if I could not get a grip on this thing, if I couldn't get it under control, then I would be forced to cut off my locks. So I wanted to explain a little bit now why I said that, because I'm sure some of you were thinking, well, lots of people have this condition, they have locks and they still have locks, they didn't cut them. My thing is, like I said before, I don't have a lot of dandruff. I mean, as time is continuing to pass, and I guess as I'm kind of stressing more and more out over it, I'm starting to see like the scaly patches kind of appear in different spots along my scalp. I'll insert a picture. It looks really gross, but it's that like whiter part portions of my scalp. That's the seborrheic dermatitis, and that's happening a little bit more now. It's popping up, like I said. But besides that, I don't have like I was looking at Lot Crush's video, like just that it's like widespread coverage, right? And hers is kind of yellowish, and they're just big like flakes, greasy, oily looking, and that's how I feel like most people's seborrheic dermatitis is. You know, that's kind of what it looks like. But mine is kind of like white, and I don't have a lot of dandruff. Maybe because I don't use a lot of oils. I don't know what it is, but the dandruff component, or the flaky scales component of the seborrheic dermatitis, was not the main reason that I was contemplating or am contemplating cutting my locks. It's the itching part of seborrheic dermatitis. My scalp itches so intensely at times, and it's interesting because it's very intermittent. Like some days, like right now while I'm talking, I'm making this video, my scalp isn't itching, but like yesterday, you know, at certain parts of the day, my scalp was like, it was like going crazy, and I'm just like, trying not to scratch. You know, I've cut my nails down, wearing gloves at times, just to try to do everything possible to not damage my scalp from all the scratching. But it's the itching that is just like crazy. So it's like, if I need to cut my locks so that I can do all of these multiple applications and, you know, wearing the shower cap and all that, you know, that very thorough, rigorous process to finally get it under control, then maybe I need to do that, because the alternative, you guys, is just continuing to scratch and scratch and scratch, and eventually damaging the follicles and then developing traction alopecia. So it's like, darn if you do and darn if you don't, you know? If I keep my locks but I can't get it under control, then I run the risk of losing my hair anyway because of alopecia. So yeah, just decisions. But it's like moments like right now when I'm not really itching at all. Like, I'm really not itching at all. I do have the ketoconazole sitting on my scalp right now. I don't know if you guys can tell from here, but yeah, I gotta go shampoo after I'm done with making this video. But yeah, I'm not itching at all right now. So it's like in these moments of like respite, I feel a little bit more optimistic about keeping my locks. But rest assured, I'm going to do everything in my power to not cut my hair, because I really do like my locks. I've had them for almost 7 years. I've met all of you guys because of my locks. Like, it's just a beautiful thing, and we have an awesome community, and you guys have really stepped up, you know, over the course of the week, just showing me that you're here. Like, a lot of times I don't know that you guys are here. Like, I see, you know, how many ever subscribers, and I'm grateful for that number, but it's kind of like when I put out videos and you guys don't comment, and you may or may not, you know, like, then it's like, I see the number, but are you really out there? But like this past week with that video, you guys are like definitely like active and commenting, which I love, and it also helps the channel grow. But more importantly, you know, it's like, you guys are there, you know, it's like you're there when I need you, you know. Although, trust me, I would appreciate interacting with you guys, you know, when there's not a crisis. But I'm grateful that you guys are actually there, and you've kind of shown yourselves, revealed yourselves. I'm like, hey, Atreyu, we're here, and we support you no matter what you decide. So I just want to let you guys know that I really appreciate that. I really appreciate you. And yeah, I'm just going to continue on doing research, trying to narrow down what will work best for me with the situation in terms of getting it under control. I've learned like so much, you know. I learned that like long chain fatty acids, those are the ones that feed the Malassezia yeast that I was talking about last week, and it kind of leads to the proliferation of the yeast, of course ultimately making the condition worse, right? It kind of exacerbates the condition of seborrheic dermatitis. So learning which things, you know, you should not use in terms of oils, I've already purchased this oil called MCT oil, medium chain triglycerides, I think that's what it stands for. But anyway, it's one of the few oils that you can actually use that won't feed the yeast that, you know, naturally lives on our skin and the scalp is skin. So just learning little things like that. So as I continue to go through this process and figure out what works, and as I continue to learn more about just managing seborrheic dermatitis, I will definitely do more videos geared to that, because one of the things that I learned is that there are a lot of you guys out there who actually suffer from this, you know. So I appreciate it, you know, the people that I've heard from that have it or know someone who has it and who have said that, you know, they still have their locks and this is how they dealt with it. I've appreciated hearing all of that, and in my opinion, that's what community is all about. It's about, you know, offering solutions, being supportive when people are kind of going through challenging times and things like that. So I just want to let you guys know that I'm very, very, very grateful to you all. So yeah, I think that's all that I wanted to cover in this video. It kind of feels like one of like Natural Nirvana's like lock talks or something. I just kind of started recording, you know, press record. I just knew that I wanted to like kind of speak, especially from my heart, when it came to expressing my gratitude to all of you guys, because I really am grateful and I'm appreciative of you. But then also to give you an update, because, you know, I ended the last video saying I may have to cut these boys off, like, you know, we'll see. So I didn't want to leave you with that cliffhanger. I wanted to let you know that this is kind of the headspace that I'm in right now. Just continuing to push forward, continuing to look for solutions and the best practices when it comes to dealing with seborrheic dermatitis, especially when you have locks, semi-freeform locks. So that is going to be it for this video. Feel free to leave me some comments, and yeah, as I said, I will keep you guys updated. Thank you very much. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.